have Craig back and Mary Spicuzza, one of our political reporters, joining us to talk about the home stretch in the election here, things to watch for, what's happening. We talked a little bit before about candidate visits. We suspect and know that Trump is coming back. Who are we going to see on the Democratic side?
Well,
Joe Biden, I believe,
yes,
right?
Joe Biden. We could more surrogates, really. I mean, I don't think we're necessarily going to see Hillary Clinton, and the Marquette poll was probably a sign that we won't see her because that kind of reinforces the Democrats' confidence in holding on to Wisconsin. I mean, nationally, I think you want to look, how much offense are the candidates playing and how much defense are they playing on the map. I mean, Donald Trump is behind, but he's still playing offense on the map by coming back to places like Wisconsin, which may seem like a reach. But Hillary Clinton is playing some offense, and she's also, she's got so many more routes to an electoral majority that she has more options. Ron Johnson needs the political equivalent of an inside straight. Donald Trump needs the political equivalent of an inside straight, and that does explain why he's coming back to states where he's clearly behind in the polls.
I think if we see somebody like Michelle Obama coming in, that would be a sign that Russ Feingold is really in trouble and is even losing his lead more than he already has. So, I mean, we haven't seen the president.
What have we seen when you think about early signs, early voting, who's got the best ground game? I mean, where is the advantage on that front, do you think, Mary?
A lot of Democratic strongholds, city of Milwaukee has broken, or if not, will soon break its record. We're seeing record-breaking early voting in Madison and Dane County, too. So, I mean, obviously, someplace like Waukesha County always has very high voter turnout, but I think Hillary Clinton really wants to see high turnout in places like Milwaukee and Madison.
Do you think, Craig, is that sort of stuff a sign of enthusiasm, or is it a sign of more convenience, or people
it's
just
both.
want to be
I mean,
over,
it's not 100% barometer of the vote, because some people, a lot of the people that are voting earlier are people that would vote anyway. I do think there's an interesting difference in Wisconsin. An interesting wrinkle is in a lot of battleground states, I think the sense is that Democrats clearly have a better ground game because the Trump organization doesn't really have a ground game. But in Wisconsin, the Republicans do have a ground game. Both parties have gotten very good in recent election cycles at driving their vote and getting out their vote. So I think it's more of a wash. It's more of a standoff in terms of the ground game in Wisconsin. But it's a relative advantage for Republicans compared to other states where they, I think they can't count on that extra tick in the margins on election day that Democrats are going to get in some states out of their get out the vote efforts.
If you, for one thing you'll be watching on Tuesday night is sort of a telltale sign.
Well, we talked about it a lot, but the wow counties, I mean, it's so fascinating that these counties that have become more and more Republican with every election have fallen off for Donald Trump. So it's not just the margins, it's the turnout. And also the difference in the wow counties between the Senate race and the presidential. We're also seeing in the polls a really interesting difference where Ron Johnson does not have the same Milwaukee problem that Donald Trump does. So that's a big key to the election in both races.
All right, and Mary, what will you be watching on Tuesday night?
Well, I should have brought in the New Yorker cartoon with the Kremlin watching Waukesha County to see what happens with voter turnout. I think I'll be really waiting to see with the Ron Johnson race. Obviously, it's so close. Will he continue to outperform Trump as we're seeing in the polls? And if so, will it be enough to put him over Feingold? I think a lot of people see that as kind of the future of the U.S. Senate hanging in the balance in Wisconsin.